Yeah. So, KJ, you had two disagreements with me.
Ooh.
We'll start with Brian not wanting a woman with a high body count and men can. So can you better state your disagreement?
Okay. I just don't really see why it matters between different genders, to be completely honest. Well, like, what's your argument as to why men can have higher body counts
I don't think
versus women?
Well, I don't think I've actually argued that.
Okay.
Is the thing. I think there are differences. I think that here's what I've said, right? And I don't know if this is where you have a disagreement with me on. I think it's fine for a guy who has a high body count to desire or partner with a woman who has a low body count. I don't object to that at all. Now, women are if women have an objection to dating a man with a high body count, that's totally fine. I don't have a double standard there, in the same way that I think it's optimal for men to date women with low body counts.
Okay. I would agree with those things.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, so oftentimes, my argument, and I'm not in favor of male promiscuity, but my argument is because I don't think, something I got pushback on is, I'll argue, even if a guy has a high body count, which I'm not advocating for, it's always going to be the most optimal choice to date a woman who does not have a promiscuous past. Everybody, when it comes to dating, wants to get the best partner they can get. And it occurs to me, for a lot of valid reasons, that a woman who doesn't have a promiscuous past, isn't currently promiscuous, has a low body count, is, at least within that metric alone, will make for a more optimum partner than a woman who is promiscuous, was promiscuous, or has a high body count.
I would agree with you on most of those things. Like, I think all of those things. I think just a lot of guys have a problem with girls having a higher body count.
Oh, so it's like a hypocrisy thing. So
yeah,
you have a high body count.
It's like you can have a high body count, but why can't girls then?
Oh, they can.
Like, where's the double standard there?
They can, but just because you're a man.
I get that it's more ideal, though, for women to have lower.
I don't necessarily think it makes you a hypocrite as a man. Like, nobody's obliged to date anybody. So I don't think a man with a high body count is obliged they have to only date women with high body counts. If he can find a girl with a low body count and she wants to date him and he wants to date her, well, that's two consenting individuals. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it might, if he's like, there could be some degree of hypocrisy insofar as I think he's told a man with a high body count would be perfectly entitled to prefer a woman and date a woman with a low body count. Now, if he's like, women with high body counts, and he's like, this is an open judgment, women with high body counts are fucking trash, that would be hypocritical. But I don't think it's hypocritical for you to have a high body count and realize that you don't want to date somebody with a high body count.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Preferences are your preferences. Everybody's entitled to their own thing.
Sure.
I just feel like it's more acceptable for guys to have a higher one.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
And then expect for women to not at all. However, women can also, most women I feel like would agree with that and know that. But, women can also lie about it all the time, and how are you going to know, I feel like women are always lying about their body count. What is the difference, really?
Wait,
you could be like a girl could be like, I have a body count of 3, and really she's had 20, but how are you going to know? So what is the matter? Like, why?
With lying?
Does it matter that much? I'm not saying you should lie, but I'm just saying that's like a lot of what people do because people know that it matters.
Sure.
I think body count matters. I think women
clearly
just should have lower body counts. That's just the biological, natural thing. Yes. And I remember I told you this last time. I think men biologically are meant to have.
Oh my. Okay, hold on.